We've been on and off for the past 4 years now. When we get along, it's great. When we don't, well... So I told her I am going to give this 3 more months. At the end of 3 months, we are either jumping in, because I know she wants to start a family, or that's that, and we're done for good. My son was sharing this bit of personal news the other day. He's in his late 20s, and he's looking for love. During a previous visit, he said the most shocking thing I could have ever heard. Dad, I want what you have. I want to have fun in a relationship. It was shocking to hear because anyone seeking relationship advice from me would be as ludicrous as asking Tiger Woods when the polar ice cap will stop melting. Neither of us would have had the slightest clue. For me, after 2 failed marriages, several long-term live-ins, 2 numerous dates, and a couple what's your name again, I would not be the person someone emulates when looking for a stable, reliable system for finding the love of your life. Over the past years, I've said it many, many times. I think I'm a really good date. I'm a lousy husband. Translation: don't expect anything more from me than fun and laughs, because commitment is not in my vocabulary. And if I do fool you and myself into thinking that this is the relationship of a lifetime, I will most assuredly mess it up within the next 2 weeks. After a year of dating, my future 99% perfect wife asked me, "Do you ever see yourself being married again?" To which I replied faster than a monkey jumping out of a hot box, No, I do not. And yet I did. And here I am today, with my son asking how does he find what I have. People who my wife and I only met once have commented, "It's so obvious you two enjoy being together. You're so happy." Of course, reality reared its truthful head after meeting the Mrs. Wonderful. My one good friend did turn to me and whisper, "She's the best. Don't screw this up." Thanks for the vote of confidence. Your point is well taken. How did I get here? Why didn't I continue on the same path of broken-hearted me? I have to confess that I can't tell you I understand it all myself, but I do know I've learned many valuable lessons from this twisted, crooked journey. Like patio lights casting a warm glow on a darkened path, maybe these experiences will help my sons and you, the gracious listener, to find what you're looking for. Your own once-in-100 years, 99% perfect partner. When my son said he's going to give it another 3 months with his on-again, off-again girlfriend, my first thought was, it sounds like you're trying to talk yourself into something. Look, I get it. When you're unsure if there really is that special someone who will knock on your door and change your life forever, you will at times open it to anyone who says yes. We have all had times when we all wanted a bit of lovin'. We relish the presence of someone who looks, sounds, and smells to be of a different gender planet opposite our own. And to be honest, our standards will take a dip at times. You're jonesing for the full ticket thrill ride. You'll settle for a teacup twirl. Heads up. Most healthy, normal, living, breathing humans can get desperately horny, which means we will say what needs to be said, cast outward courtesies with the skill of a Montana fly fisherman, will buy the drinks, ask the questions, and make anyone feel beautiful, vital, and necessary. Can we just get on with it already? If you're serious about your search for Mr. or Ms. Right versus settling for okay right now, it's about time you desire to build a relationship that has a true foundation. It has depth, the opportunity for real success. If this is what you want, start getting real about what it takes to make it in this confusing, dizzying tilt-a-whirl called love. And you have to begin with one word. You. My experience has taught me that you don't discover a real relationship, you build one. And as you build a house, you need the right tools. Fail to choose or recognize the right tools needed for this endeavor, and you will finish with something resembling what you heard should be a house, but you really ended up with a patchwork hut of straw and mud. It has a roof, it has walls, along with too many leaks and a funky odor. The finished product is a disappointment, not anything envisioned when this journey began. To build a relationship, you see, in my wife and myself, it is imperfect, but unbelievably satisfying and fulfilling. Yet avoid going through decades of trial and error, I might suggest these few steps. A sample blueprint to begin creating your own state of bliss. Let's begin with the basics. The tools. In this case, the tools are you. You have to begin this quest by asking, what am I bringing into this relationship? Knowing yourself means acknowledging what weaknesses need to be managed and what strengths you will engage. For example, I know I can be impatient and expect my wife to know what I want when I want it. I had an assistant at work who could do just that. She had the ability to read my mind and most times take care of things before I ever asked. When I brought this same expectation to my marriage, with the subsequent impatience when something wasn't done, my wife would say, "I can't read your mind." And of course I'm thinking, why not? That's my weakness, not my wife's. Knowing this, when I expect something to happen and it doesn't, and I feel a little impatient urge rubbing my brain, I stop. I ask myself, have I verbally expressed what I'm looking for? And if the answer is no, I only need to ask. That's it. No hassle, no consternation. I manage my weakness knowing it'll never go away, yet it's my job to reduce its effects. When I do slip, I acknowledge the transgression and apologize. And thankfully, I'm apologizing a lot less and enjoying the benefits of a wonderful wife, if I simply ask. Knowing yourself also means knowing how your past is affecting your present, so it doesn't affect your future. Everyone's past is bound with twisting tentacles to your present-day thoughts, emotions, and actions. Not understanding how the past is binding us, or worse, denying its effects, will create thoughts and actions that one day will make you stop and ask, who am I? And why would I do such a thing? Every adult influence and every childhood experience have created a tie, stretching through the years to the present. Sometimes those relationships are gentle and reassuring, which create security, love, and value. For others, the ties are harsh and cutting, forming pits of abandonment, inappropriate guilt, fear of commitment, or lack of trust and intimacy. Have you explored your early experiences? Have you explored making connections to present-day reactions? Have you examined the origins of why you think and react the way you do? What stimuli press your hidden buttons, sending you down uncertain and treacherous paths? Only then will you be able to take steps to change a course of action and feelings that would lead you to a long and tormenting journey. Without a resolution of these past experiences, you will be shackled your entire life. Shadows fixating your moods, and choices will be made never knowing why things aren't working out. Today, I know why I think the way I do, I know why I react the way I do, and I know the seeds where these responses were born. When these negative influences appear, I recognize them and put them in their proper place of memory and time, rather than letting them intrude on my present-day happiness. Am I perfect in this process? No. Is my wife perfect in her processes? Well, she is 99%, but don't let on. The goal is not the unattainable perfection in ourselves or in our partner. The object is to know yourself so well that you are comfortable in your own skin and relaxed enough to let your guard down and embrace all your uniqueness and peccadillos. Self-integrity is the ultimate endgame. Anything less and you are shortchanging your opportunities for true success and deep intimacy in a relationship. When you have come to terms with complete self-awareness and you are cognizant of strengths and weaknesses, stimuli and reaction, now you can implement choices and strategies to manage each. You then begin to create your own unique secret sauce, using an ingredient available to all, but sadly missing from too many relationships. The secret? Attention. Do you know what most couples lack in their relationship? Those who sense boredom, disconnectedness, apathy, a left turn onto lonely, isolated paths. Can you sense what is missing more than anything from their days of wine and roses? Remember, wine and roses equal attention. Attention reminds us of who we are and our valued place in a relationship. Attention validates us as vital, essential individuals apart from our various roles in a family, work, and society. It's attention that transports us from a fulfilling, yet at times unsubstantive position as wife, mom, husband, work drone, laundry maid, cook, co-worker. Attention creates us into a living, breathing, sexual, real, live person. Bruno Mars had a song, I should have brought you flowers and held your hand, should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance, take you to every party 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. Attention requires thought, effort, and focused energy. Attention can be a two-line note, a greeting at the door, or a personal memento, but it is always explicitly directed toward one individual. Generic doesn't work. A card must be personalized. A gift must fulfill a known need or a frivolous desire. A gesture must be immersed in sincerity and heartfelt emotion. Attention will continually fill a person's emotional tank. Always remember these three things. Manners preserve a relationship. Attention invigorates passion. Conversations create connectedness. The essence of the word attention is encapsulated in the African phrase, you see me. The reason why attention promotes and supports a strong relationship is that you are aware of the dynamic lives intertwined with your own, acknowledging your partner's existence and importance, being actively engaged, seeking to understand other points of view, expressing attention, and sharing the verbal, written, and physical gifts that will enrich and benefit others. You see me. Way back in television history, there was a show called The Real World. It was groundbreaking in its day for putting 7 strangers in a house and televising everything they said and did. The tagline to promote the show said it all. This is what happens when people stop being polite and start getting real. It is time to start getting real. It all begins with you.